I'm tired already. Hello. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We are going to go through my fabric stash. My craft space is essentially crammed into the two corners of the living room. So what that's going to mean for you is getting to see and explore everything that I have for fabric. What that's going to mean for me is clearing up some space, possibly exploring what I can do with different fabrics. So let's go ahead and get started and take a look at everything that we have. In addition to sorting out my fabrics, I am also going to mend anything that's in my mend pile. Some of these things are not technically fabric. Some of them are pieces of clothing that need to be mended in some way. This skirt I got at a resale store and I love it. It's got pockets. I think I can take it in a little bit in a few spots. So I have like several items here. There's this skirt that I had made a while ago. I even did buttons. I did buttons and buttonholes. I never do buttons because they're really annoying to actually sew the buttonholes. It's really weird to wear. Right where I have the buttons, it gathers weird, and then there's like this chunk of fabric that only hangs in that spot, and I don't like that. But I think I want to take it apart and make it a half circle skirt, and I may use the remaining fabric to actually add a top to it, so it'll either be a dress or a pinafore. That one's going in the mend pile. This is a little sweater jacket that I made out of a giant sweater. That I'd had for a couple of years and then just kind of outgrew the style. I never added buttons to it, and I think it needs buttons to be wearable because the way it sits like this, it sits weird. Okay, now we get to the fabrics. There's a huge pile here and then little stacks of fabric. I'm tired already. It's got a couple of stains. But it's this huge yellow piece of fabric, really fun texture. It could be used for something super, super fun. I don't think I will ever do that because I never wear yellow. I don't love how yellow looks on me. This one has to go. Bed sheets. So I grabbed a bunch of them. I have since then done nothing with almost any of them. So they're all going. A tablecloth. I don't know if I will ever use this fabric, so it's gone. A curtain. I think I was gonna make like fairy wings or something. It was for a Ren fair and I made a different outfit. We're getting rid of that. This little scrap, gone. This fabric is really cute. I don't remember where it came from. I'm pretty sure I thrifted it. I am gonna keep this one. Red curtain. I don't know that I'll ever use it. Some little scrap pieces from a skirt that I had started making. In fact, I had gotten almost done with this skirt. It is sewn together, it is hemmed. I only needed to add the buttons and the buttonholes and I just stopped. So, mend pile. This is a thick sheet. It's brown, it's pretty, it's soft. I will make something with, so I'm keeping that. Another sheer curtain. I think I am gonna keep this one. There's this yellow fabric. I think this is an entire bed sheet. I'm not gonna use it. It's yellow. I don't wear yellow. Scraps, getting rid of these. Red bed sheet. I don't love the feel for it for an outfit, so I'm getting rid of it. Whatever this kind of curtain is, I'm gonna get rid of it. These are like placemats that I got from the thrift store, something that I could use for maybe armor at some point. They're cool, but I'm not gonna make something with them, so I'm getting rid of them. What's left over from the pillowcase that I made the corset part of the corseted hoodie last time. It has a zipper in it, but I am gonna put it in the scraps pile because somebody can probably use it. Here's a dress that I think I was altering. I don't think I'm gonna wear it anymore. I think I've outgrown the style since I began altering it. Pillowcase. Don't think I need that. There's this big heavy fabric that I think would be great for reupholstering something. I don't know if I'll ever use this, so it's gotta go. Another red bed sheet. Or let's see. See, between the two of those, I don't like this one as much. This one's much better. So I'm gonna keep this one, get rid of that one. This is a tablecloth, but it's purple. I will never make it into something that I would wear. Orange fabric. I like it. It's a pretty color. I think I could make a dress or pinafore or something with it, so we're gonna keep it. Upholstery-ish fabric, I thought it was nice. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Blue bed sheet, harvested all of the elastic out of. I'm not gonna make anything with this. Brown bed sheet, it's like a light tan brown. I like it, I will make something with it. It is soft and nice. Another one, this one has elastic in it still. I'm gonna harvest that eventually, but I do like this one as well. Tablecloth, I've cut chunks out of it. I'm gonna use it for other things, I'm sure. There's still a lot of it left. A lot of the colors that I don't tend to wear, I'm not tending to keep, like this blue one, it's gone. We're getting down to the last few pieces on the floor. I love when this happens, when I have a whole shopping bag think this was from a thrift store, and it's got several items in it, and I never take them out of the bag because I have a problem. I enjoy shopping. I like spending money. Like a little chunk of fabrics. It is a $3 bundle of a few different greens and tans that have little floral patterns. Let's open it up and take a look, shall we? Didn't know this was gonna be a haul video. Rosy green, couple of pieces of it. This would make for a really pretty corset. This one's got a weird texture to it. But I may put this one in the getting rid of pile. This one's a little bit heftier, so I'm gonna, at least for now, hang on to it. 2 out of 3 is not bad. What's left over from that hoodie? Trash. Another brown tablecloth. Maybe one of these days I should make something out of all my brown tablecloths, but I want to keep it. More trash. Bunch of yarn. That doesn't need to be in with the fabrics. White scrap fabrics. I won't use this. We had a bed set recently, and I kept the bag that it came in because it's this green velvet, and I thought that could be really cute for something. Probably a top, I don't know for certain. Almost completed, but not quite finished. Pinafore. It's literally done for every aspect except it needs loops and lace, like to lace it up in the back because I opted to do that instead of buttons. And then I need to hem it, and that's it. And I haven't done that yet, and this has been sitting in my fabric stash for months. Pleather, it's kind of shiny, reflective, and it's got, I don't know, not leopard. What's it called? Alligator texture to it. And I haven't made something out of it yet, but I really like it and I want to keep it. I do want to make some kind of armor out of it at some point. So if you have an idea for what, just let me know down below. Orange fabric, keeping because it's orange and I want to be wearing more orange. Green and red and brown placemat. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it. Pillowcases galore. I have 3 different orange pillowcases. It's really cute and I like them and I will make something with them. Green and purple and blue, not gonna use it. This one's cute. I like the colors. I just don't think I'm gonna use it. But what if I did? Maybe I will use it, who knows? It's cute. Okay, I'm gonna keep it, but it doesn't take up much space, so it's okay. Pillowcase, striped, soft, cute. Gonna be a blouse one of these days. I like it, I'm gonna keep it. Pink, probably not gonna use it. Greenish, bluish color. I don't know if I love it with my skin tone. I'm gonna get rid of it. This is a different, slightly more vibrant blue color that I think could be a cute blouse one of these days. I'm gonna keep it. Tan and red striped fabric. It's kind of really circusy, it's cute. I don't think I'm gonna use it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is what's left over from the reversible corset on the peasant side. I think I could still use it for something, so I'm gonna hold on to it. This one's a really fun piece. It's a placemat, I think. I don't know for certain how I'm gonna use it yet. Keeping. This like chocolatey brown. I don't think I'm gonna use it. Curtains that I got from somebody, but it's a full curtain set, so I don't know. I kind of feel bad about possibly cutting it up. I think I'm gonna donate these to our apartment's free box just as a full curtain set. Somebody should be able to use them for curtains. I think that would be nice. Itty bitty tiny scraps. These don't need to be here. This is a tablecloth that I love. I think it's super precious and I have plans to turn it into a little summery either pinafore or play suit in a future video. I think that'll be really fun. Definitely going to make something out of it. Another white bed sheet. Don't need it. Cute little fabric. Oh, I don't need it. I'm not going to keep it. Not going to make anything with it. Tablecloth. It's like a gold yellow. I think this is like the one yellow color that I would actually wear, so I would like to keep it for now. Lots of trash. Scraps, more trash, skirt that I tore holes in as soon as I got finished with it. Mending pile. The rest of this is just trash or cat toys, so I'm gonna tidy that up, take a short break, and then we will get to organizing all the shelves. All right, see you in a few minutes. We're back. I lied, it's been well over a few minutes. It is in fact the next day. Let me show you what I spent most of yesterday afternoon doing. I ended up swapping around which shelf had the books on it. I also turned it from that way to that way, so that one used to have my craft stuff, now it's all my books. And then over in this corner is the shelf that used to have books. It used to be over here by the window, now it's over in that corner. That's the one I'm gonna have all of my craft stuff on. My sewing table used to be over here. I've moved that into the bedroom corner. I'll show you that in a few minutes or sometime before the end of the video. I'm now at a point to start organizing all of my crafts and fabrics and yarns and everything. Folding and organizing my fabrics. I will probably organize it by size and by color, and I'll also find somewhere on there to fit my yarn and then possibly other crafting elements. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Alrighty, here is how we have it so far. I don't think it's too shabby. I definitely cleared out a lot of extra fabric, and I think that everything that I decided to keep I will use either soon or in projects down the road. And when I do have a specific project that I need something for that I don't have, that is when I will be going and buying more fabric, as opposed to collecting whatever is free or easily accessible. So I of course still have a bunch of materials and like ribbons and trim and thread and bobbins and all kinds of little like fabric and crafting scraps throughout the house in different places, because reorganizing this apartment has been quite an adventure. So now that we are done with all of the sorting and organizing, it's time to get on to mending everything in the mend pile, or at least a few of those items. So let's get on with that. First up is the gingham pinafore. As mentioned before, all it needed is a hem and some loops to lace a ribbon through. To make the loops, I sewed a long tube with a small leftover piece of the original fabric. Cut it into smaller tubes, flipped them inside out, and attached them under this fold I had left when I first made it. Up next is this floral skirt. It fit just fine when I first made it, but the fabric was rather thin, and unfortunately it tore at the pockets before I even had a chance to wear it. I decided to fully transform this skirt into a little dress. Using an existing dress as a guide in some spots, I began cutting out the pattern pieces. I used this lightweight orange sheet to create a lining. Beginning with the sleeves, I pinned and sewed a small strip of fabric between the layers for the ends of the sleeves. Pressed them together, and then added a piece of elastic to gather the sleeves into a slight ruffle. I sewed together all sides of the top, and here I am just pressing the edges so that the layers will align when I add the elastics above and below the bust. At the top of each sleeve, I added a pleat for some subtle puffiness. I created a short strip of fabric to fold over the top edges of the sleeve. After the sleeves were complete, the last step was adding the skirt layers and one more piece of elastic around the waist. Alright, so this one is mostly done. I think I've spent probably 3 days working on it now. I also have places to be this evening, so I'm gonna try to crank this one out in the next hour. A tall order to be sure, but let's see what we can do. Much like the previous skirt, I removed the waistband and began cutting out the pattern pieces. I decided on a ruffled top like this. Here it is all sewn together. It took a little over an hour, but we made it work. Moving on to some of the simpler pieces and the tedious hand sewing. For the buttonholes on this sweater, I locked the knit down by layering several zigzag stitches on either side of where the buttonholes will go. The patchwork skirt just needed buttons and buttonholes, which I sewed by hand. For the plaid skirt, I wasn't able to film, unfortunately. I hand sewed a few pleats in it while at a video game party. And with that, we are ready for the reveal. Whew. Finally done. This was a long one to record. Sorting through my fabrics was long overdue, so I'm very glad that that's done. I'm glad I was able to use some of them and to finally get to mending things that have needed to be mended for a while. As far as everything that I did mend or make, I think everything came out really well. For the most part, I liked everything. Tiny few little tweaks here and there that we can go over. First and foremost, I absolutely love this sweater. One little issue that I did have with it is this middle button here. It's really gapey and really loose. That is a super easy fix. Just add a few extra stitches at the top and or bottom, probably both. Just bring those back together, make it a little bit smaller, and it'll fit perfectly fine without any issues. I have had this skirt mostly finished for a very long time, and all it needed was the buttonholes and the buttons, and I continue to put that off over and over and over again. I had a lot of fun with it. It actually didn't take very long, so I'm really glad that I can finally wear it now, and it fits really well. Moving on to the slightly bigger projects. This dress was really precious. Rushed myself through getting this one done because we had plans in the evening. I think that it shows. The edges are really rough. The waist I think is really cute. I would like to go and add more elastics here, kind of like how I did on the other one. We'll get to that one in a minute. It looks really cute with a belt, which is probably how I will be wearing it. And then this one I am most excited about, aside from the sweater. I think the sweater is my favorite. But as far as the dresses, I love this dress so much. I think it's super cute. Wasn't sure how good the sleeves were gonna look with this like curve, but I think that it just looks so precious. One thing I would like to do is come back through the bottom. I didn't hem the lining layer yet because I think I want to come back through and add like a ruffle of some kind in that same red fabric. I love how it came out. I'm really excited to wear this one when it starts to get warm around here. Well, I almost completely forgot about these two. I absolutely love how cute it looks. I love the lacing. I love how all the little loops came out. I may swap that out for black ribbon at some point. I just didn't have any handy. And then of course there is the plaid skirt. I really loved how this one came out. I think that everywhere where it has these little pleats looks super adorable, and it looks intentional and on purpose. The ones in the back, or rather the sides, you almost can't really tell when it's being worn because it doesn't pull it in too much. It's just the ones in the front, and they look very intentional. I'm really excited about that. Slightly tight. My worry with that is just how much tension it's going to put on the zipper, but when I was trying it on, it didn't seem like it wanted to pull the zipper apart or anything. In worst case scenario, I just add a button or a snap or a hook. Yeah, this project was so much fun. If this is your first video, thank you so much for tagging along. Feel free to subscribe to see more of my shenanigans. If you liked the video, like the video. I love you all so much and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.